When I saw that shit,
Is
man.
it bad?
Oh, you haven't seen it?
Bro, I was at Comic-Con.
Oh, we should have watched it first.
That's when they
on.
premiered it.
They premiered it, but
my
they had a
God,
panel
bro. Listen, man.
Just pull it up.
At first, no, bro.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Listen, bro. Listen. At first, if you want to go on mute right now and watch it really quickly, by all means, while I do the intro. So
you're annoying yourself for that.
Bro, it's gonna be an issue to edit it afterwards. That's why. So, yeah, let me just intro the pod really quickly while Crispin goes ahead and watches the trailer real quick. Hold on, where are my drops? My drops here? You already know what time it is. What the fuck is going on?
That was good. That was a good one.
What the fuck is going on, people? It's your boy Macky OMO. I'm here with my good brothers. We got the razor sharp assassin with the clipper in Johnny B. As you can see, the razor sharp clipper has not touched me in about 3 weeks. I didn't do that on purpose. I'm just nice like that. I didn't say it was your fault. I was just trying to rhyme. Allow me to rhyme. And let me get through my intros. We also got the Hokage.
You know what you could do if you want to rhyme.
I'm gonna mute this bastard. Also, we got the Hokage, El Crispin in the building, and then we got Badman forward, Badman pull up, Badman forward, Badman pull up, Badman forward, Badman.
I get a new intro every week, yo.
Platinum Shawny in the Badman Shawny in the motherfucking building, and we are. Hold on, let me get my gunshots for this nigga Shawny real quick. Badman forward, Badman pull up, and we are the Paradise Podcast. What the fuck is going on? Welcome to episode 61, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the early 60s. That means we're close to 100. Closer to 100 than when we first started. And yeah, it's been a crazy ride dealing with you guys. So I'm just trying to kill time for when Crispin finally finishes watching the trailer. The trailer's like 2 minutes long, so he should be done in like a couple of moments. But yeah, while he's watching that, we could just, quickly just talk about the Super Mario trailer. Did you have something to just say, John? He's finished.
Yeah, I was gonna say he looks like he's done watching it. But I just wanted to say that Jack Black is awesome.
Yes,
Jack Black, you are everything that your fans knew you would be and wanted you to be. Salute to you for taking your job seriously.
For sure. Let's talk about the things that we loved. I loved Jack Black as well. I loved it.
Oh,
I loved
absolutely.
The penguins. I thought that shit was hilarious. That was so
even
super.
Toad was bad.
A little
Toad
bit of
was
our
Michael
ride.
Keegan Key. He was.
Do you
now?
yield?
He was really good. I think that's all we saw. Michael Keegan. We saw Bowser, and then we saw
Jack Black, and the person that plays Kamek, the wizard.
Yes, he was. Good
I don't remember the actor, but even that one sounds just fine.
No,
it's literally.
The sound was good to me. Like the way they were speaking was good to me.
It's every actor does a great job,
bro.
Until you get
to
Mario. Chris fucking Pratt,
bro. That shit is terrible. Terrible.
Chris Pratt.
Bro.
Yeah, no, Mario was a little bit off.
So, and before I was on the
how
other
the main
side
character, the only nigga that's off,
bro.
Why couldn't we have like
about him?
off? Like,
listen, right? When we first spoke about this, I was making fun of John because John was so adamant. He was so upset. Like, how could they ruin it? Da 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 da. And then I was just like, bro, let's just hear it. Let's see what it. Now that I heard it, I can actually give an opinion, and I agree with John. That shit, yo. Either what they're gonna have to do is they're gonna have
come,
bro. It didn't sound nothing like him. So what I saw on Twitter, they said that if we bully them hard enough, they're going to change it, just like they did the Sonic thing. So I think we need to put them on blast. And honestly, I'm not a fan of Chris Pratt just because of his political views, but that's a totally different subject. It has nothing to do with his ability to act. I think he's a pretty good actor. He's funny in Parks and Recs. I enjoyed him in that and the other things that he was in that I saw. But as far as Mario is concerned, for those of us who played Super Mario 64 and even the other Super Mario games, Mario Kart, Mario Party, Mario Tennis, Mario Super Golf, whichever Mario Super Sonic Strikers, whatever that shit is called. If you played all that shit, you know the motherfucker sounds Italian as shit.
Because of Charles Martinet. But
need to bring my boy back. How is he? He's in the movie.
The same nigga
he's a cameo.
Why didn't they use the same nigga that does the video game voice?
That's Charles Martinet.
Because my guess.
The only reason I know his name. The only reason I know his name is because of John. John is always talking about him.
So my guess is that Illumination Studios wanted star power for the movie.
It don't fucking matter when you have Mario as your biggest
Hold
star.
on. Let him finish.
I get that.
Explain it.
And I think that maybe even some people at Nintendo get that. But because of their working business relationship with Illumination, it might have just been something that Illumination got the final say on. And they wanted to have an A-list cast of voices to bring in, like the not only the children who are obviously going to want to see the movie, but the adults by like, oh, look at all these. I know Charlie Day. I know Jack Black. I know Chris Pratt. I want to hear these actors that I'm familiar with. It's just what? Yeah, you definitely know. You've watched Kung Fu Panda. There's no way you're a dad and you haven't watched Kung Fu Panda.
Bro, you watched School of Rock
before I was a dad.
You watched School of Rock.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I don't know niggas by name. Like by name, nah. So that's not calling me. See what I'm saying?
Okay, I get what you're saying.
No, that's. But I'm the same way. Like certain things, I don't know every actor's name.
If I see the trailer and the trailer trash, you trash. That's it. I'm not going to see that shit.
I agree.
I don't give a fuck who's on the movie.
I'm gonna watch it though, but
I just think that's why they did it. I think they just wanted to fill that whole thing because if you put Charles' name money in that lineup, he does. You know what I'm saying? Like people are like, well, who's that? You don't
stand out, but then you save money on that. You could probably put that extra money to somewhere else. That nigga does amazing because it's the freaking voice that we know comes out of the fucking video game. So when we see that, and it's like, oh shit, it's the same nigga.
And Charles is not a bad actor because if anybody watched Dragon Ball Superhero in the English dub, he played the voice of Magenta in the English dub. Yeah, Shawny, that's Charles Martinet.
Hold the fuck up. Who played? Wait. The English dub
in the English dub is played by Charles Martinet. He plays Magenta.
Mario?
Yeah, that's the same guy who plays Mario. Yeah. That's that actor.
That's Mario.
It's not that he doesn't have the skills or doesn't know how to act in different circumstances. He knows. The thing is,
he did a really good job.
He did. That was mostly the reason why I wanted to see the English dub was because I wanted to hear Charles Martinet in a Dragon Ball project. And I was like, well, if I'm going to go see this movie in theaters once, this is the one I'm going to go see. So I saw it in English dub. But
John is so funny.
It's something where the studio definitely just wanted a list of A-list actors that they could say, yeah, look at the cast. We got fucking stars on this cast and go and fucking watch it and spend your money. That's all it was.
They should have dubbed that because with Mario, you don't need a star cast. You just need niggas that know what they're doing and just.
Thank you.
You don't need a star cast.
I feel like a star cast idea.
Like if you're doing something less known, I understand that, but no, nigga,
because this Mario is a podcast, someone has to be on the opposite side, and everyone can agree. So just really quickly, I'm going to say this right. While I do agree with you that Mario sells itself, like
yes,
sir.
Mario Kart came out how long ago? The 8. That shit was on. That wasn't even on this system.
No, it was for the Wii U. We've had a previous generation Mario Kart for 2 generations.
And what did they do? All they did is give us DLC, and we're happy.
DLC. Well, they haven't finished all of the new DLC, right? They're drip feeding it to us, but they've technically given us enough courses to make a whole nother Mario Kart game.
Correct.
They just didn't make another game.
Correct. But again, right, just like you said, John, it is more for the star power.
Like,
to make sure, even though, because again, right, the way that things in Japan happen is different. We've spoken about this here before. The way things in Japan that happens over there, it can't translate over to here. So just because Super Mario is super big over there, and it is big here, doesn't necessarily mean that if there's a movie, it's gonna fill all the seats that it's expected to fill. Does that make sense?
Yes, it will. Fuck all that.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
I know, but for the sake of
just with the old heads,
for the sake of
my nigga, just with the old heads, not even us, because we're not even the old heads. The old heads, like the niggas before us.
Again, another thing is another thing that also matters is, you know, those first 3 days at the box office. Those days matters. Those are the days that are always publicized. And now, what if they put Chris Martinet and people don't really go and see this shit? Oh, Charles, I can't.
Nigga just combine both.
For the sake of argument, when the Mario trailer even got announced, or when the Mario movie was even announced, and they announced Chris Pratt as the voice actor, niggas were already like, "Yo, what the fuck are they gonna do with this?" If they would have kept, they don't even need anything extra. They just need one guy that knows what the fuck he's doing and get it done. Simple. They had one job and they fucked it up. Everybody else was fine, bro. You didn't need to have no star power. If anything, I feel like Chris Pratt added more negative to when he got announced to the shit.
Yeah. I mean, hey, man, listen, man. I was just, you know, because it's a podcast, we have to disagree. We can't all just say yes to everything. Right. Someone has to be on the other side. But it's, you know, it's a hard argument to combat, because Mario sells itself. Just like the Sonic movie, Sonic sells itself. Mm-hmm. If they were to do whatever other game that we used to play, a Link movie, Link would sell
Legend of Zelda whatever. would probably do really well. But that point that you made earlier about people bothering the studio enough, where the director of the movie decided he wanted to change what Sonic looked like, it was much harder to reanimate Sonic in the entire fucking movie and re-render the whole movie
than it is to get someone to redub it. Yeah, no, I'm not mad at you.
So, and
I mean,
Sonic
Chris Pratt already got paid, so he probably won't give a fuck.
Sonic performed so well. It got 2 sequels because Sonic 3 is greenlit. We're gonna get Sonic 3. So a trilogy. It basically warranted a trilogy. That's how much money. If it didn't perform well, we were only gonna get that one movie.
Sonic was a good movie, though. I liked it.
But it wouldn't have been as good if they kept the original Sonic design.
Yeah, because that was the whole thing,
bro. You see his teeth?
It wouldn't have been as good. It would have.
That should look crazy.
Are we recapping, or are we moving along?
Did anybody watch anything new this week? Like, did anybody do anything? The only thing I did, just to really quickly go first, I went to a pumpkin patch. If you see my IG,
I did.
I was out there holding the pumpkins and shit. That was pretty fun. Went on a little hayride. You know, got some apple cider.
Did you bring a pumpkin home, or you didn't
I did.
buy one? You bought one.
Buy.
I mean, you technically buy it when I pay for
the
to go
in. Yeah. You're right. I did buy it.
Yes,
what I brought home. Well, you know I like to yell, bro. What I did buy though was I didn't buy, but I brought home like 4 bags of kettle corn, like large ass bags of kettle corn. Bro, they had these tickets that they gave out for free, and we did. It was like for shooting apples, paintball, can, all this other stuff. We ended up not doing any of that, so we just brought home, because it came like you could get like 1 bag of kettle corn for free with the tickets. Like, it's one of those 4 things. Yeah. And it was like the end of the day, bro. So we was leaving. I'm like, we're not about to waste these tickets. That's money. So I was like, let's just get 4 bags of kettle corn and bounce. But the kettle corn was mid. So that's what I did this weekend. And new shows, I haven't really been watching anything new, to be honest with you. Okay. I'm lying. I watched like the first episode of Miss Marvel. It's pretty good. I can't lie to you.
Miss Marvel's like,
I enjoyed it.
I gotta rewatch the whole thing so I can pay attention to it.
Who's next? Because I know Shawny's recap is for later. John, did you do anything?
Crispin. Wait, I was gonna ask Crispin if he saw anything.
I just saw this soccer anime. Well, I need to know the name of it.
Blue Lock?
1 second. No.
Blue Lock?
I want to see that one, but no, that's not the one.
Aoiashi.
Oh,
Aoiashi.
Captain
Aoiashi.
Tsubasa.
Bro, it's amazing. Amazing.
I'm in episode 7.
Bro, that shit has 20 episodes for the season. So it's good. It's really good.
I heard Blue Lock is good too.
I heard it's not as good as Aoiashi.
I know, but for now, I heard Blue Lock.
I'm gonna watch that. Oh, I did. I'm lying. I watched Mob Psycho, the first episode of the season 3 too.
You never watched Mob before?
No, I'm on season 3.
Okay, good.
I'm caught up. That's all I
can't wait. Can't wait for tomorrow's the 11th, right?
So Chainsaw Man is tomorrow.
Yep.
And Bleach is back, nigga.
Gotta watch the first.
Yeah, trending number 1 today.
I was waiting.
That was today.
I watched it.
Yeah, it came out
today at 11:30 a.m. on Hulu worldwide. In America.
It's only subbed, right?
Subbed, yes.
Subbed, yeah. They're not gonna do the dub for a minute.
Yeah,
I ain't watching.
I'm watching that shit subbed now.
I gotta see it. Yeah, I gotta see it.
Let's go.
Are you done, Crispin? Or
yeah, I'm done. That's it. That's all I saw. No, that's it.
Nice, dope.
It's a good anime to watch.
So I'll
watch
Spy
Family, bro.
I'm going to.
It's back, baby.
I'm planning to.
That shit's coming.
I think I was gonna jump into that one next because the only thing that I got the chance to see most of because it was in my personal time was I finished 86. I'm not gonna talk about it now because I talked about it on the last episode and I didn't like the first 11 episodes. It got a lot better, but a lot of the issues I had with the anime, I still had
he
by
was
the end of the
shitting
anime.
on that shit last episode.
He was going crazy.
He's shitting on that shit.
No. What I said was I really liked the story.
Nah, that shit was ass.
And I felt like it had a lot of potential, but the anime was not living up to the potential that the story
How we
had.
riding cockroaches out here, nigga? Fuck what you talking? That's what he was saying.
They never explain the bugs, but that's because the season ends and you could tell there's gonna be season 2 and so on and so forth.
Fun fact: they canceled the light novel.
They canceled it. Okay, so
that must have been ass.
It's because
I
trash.
fuck with 86. That shit made me sad.
It was not bad. It's definitely a novella.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a novella. Yeah, and it's definitely not finished by the end of the first season. But a lot of it is just like, boom, here's story, here's new story, here's another story. You like story? Here's more crying. Okay, next episode. And then I'm just like, wow, we're moving along really fucking fast.
It's just very depressing.
It's very depressing and ridiculously fast. I figure something depressing would take its time to depress me, but it doesn't. It just shows you a whole bunch of shit and expects you to feel bad. But I like the story. It has potential, but I'm just not a fan of the anime adaptation. Maybe I need to read it. But there's that. I beat the story mode to Splatoon 3. I finished. Now I can just enjoy my multiplayer time with that one. I recently bought the physical version for this game because it was available digitally on the Switch, but not physically. But it just came out physically, so I bought it, and I have the first Bayonetta.
Yo, I need to play Bayonetta. My best friend bought it for me for Christmas a minute ago. I still have not played the first one, and it's a Platinum Games, and I feel so embarrassed about that.
Yeah, Platinum Games.
So you're not Platinum Shawny no more.
He's not Platinum Shawny. He's Badman Shawny. Badman pull up.
So I'm starting the Bayonetta series here because Bayonetta 3 is coming out this month in October. I'm starting it here with the first one. It's going to be really hard for me to get my hands on a physical copy of the second one for some fucking reason. Like, they're sold out everywhere. Like, GameStop doesn't have used copies either. Like, they're just, you can only find them on eBay, and there's only like a handful of them on eBay. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I'll get to part 2 whenever I do. But that's that. So I finished Splatoon 3. I started Bayonetta, and I finished 86. And then I've been watching a little bit of One Piece here and there. And then before I finish, because I know once Shawny goes, we're going to start diving into the bulk of the Comic-Con conversation that we were going to have. So I just wanted to just throw a couple of names at you guys because everybody here has a Switch, and that seems to be the dominant system that everybody's kind of comfortable with when we all talk about experiences together as a podcast. So in case anybody is looking to increase their Switch library, I pulled a couple of anime themed games that I thought you guys might find interesting that are
John,
on sale really, really cheap.
On sale very cheap. So then
Yes.
The one I was going to suggest is not on there. Go ahead.
No, it's on sale very, very cheap. So right now you can get Kakarot for $29.99. The Ultimate Edition to Dragon Ball Fighters for $16.49, or the basic version for $9.50. There's Taiko no Taisujin Rhythmic Adventure 2, which is a rhythm game. That's $14.99. One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 is on sale for $8.99.
I have that already. It came out mad long ago. That's why.
Yeah, pretty cheap.
Still worth it.
Yeah.
It usually goes on sale, though. To be honest,
it's a throwaway game. That's how it works.
Yeah.
My Hero One's Justice 2 is on sale for $14.99. Sword Art Online.
I got one.
Hollow Realization Deluxe Edition is $7.50.
Tempting.
Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is $7.50.
They just dropped some DLC for that.
Yeah, and the DLCs are on sale too. I just wasn't going to list them all. And then the last one I threw on the list is for like a 2D side-scrolling shoot 'em up type of experience. Very fast-paced, very, very fun. I played it on the Xbox. It's called Bleed 2, and that's on sale for $2.24. It's a really, really fun game. Can be a little difficult, but yeah, super cheap. $2.24. You got no excuse. Play something different.
He's talking to me, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm talking to all of y'all.
I need to have time to play first.
So those are some Switch games
that
are on sale right now that you guys might find interesting.
It's streaming so much.
Yeah.
And
where you streaming at?
And that's it.
Sorry, just to thank you, John, for the download on what games are free right now, or not free, but
cheap
that are buyable on the Switch. Because I'm definitely looking to. Actually, I wasn't trying to buy any new games. Like the newest game I was going to buy is the Pokemon game.
Mm-hmm.
But
I pre-ordered that actually.
Yeah, me too.
I pre-ordered the double pack.
But I stream on Twitch, my boy, on the Paradise Twitch, which you guys can follow. It is Paradise TV. That's THEE Paradise TV. That you can follow us there. This is like a pass through, so I can't stream on here and stream on Facebook, Twitter. Facebook, Instagram. No, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time. I can do that, and I've done it through here, which is cool. But I prefer to just, I don't know. I like to stream on Twitch. I don't know why, but I'm gonna try to start streaming on YouTube more often.
That'd be cool.
Because I mean, all the streams that I do, they are uploaded to YouTube. I just haven't released them yet. But yeah, that's it for me. But yeah, I've been streaming a lot lately.
I'm just saying because that adds views to the channel too when you stream through YouTube.
Yeah, no, that's why I said I'm gonna start to do that.
Word. Let's go to Shawny.
Let's get going. Shawny,
what Shawny's recap
all I'm saying is
for all of his
put
adventures.
A picture of a huge ass Luffy, and I was jealous than a motherfucker because I wanted that picture myself.
So, fun fact, that shit was a balloon.
I know, it looked like a balloon.
I thought that shit was crazy. Yeah, so first, just to clarify, my feet feel like I got stabbed hard as fuck. My shoulders feel like they got torn into pieces. I woke up this morning, I could barely turn my neck. So I am still recovering from Comic-Con. I attended from Thursday till Sunday, and it was a very long weekend packed of shit. If you check the highlights on the Paradise page, posted a whole bunch of pictures, still have more to put up.
Yep.
Just to give a recap, in my opinion, it was done very well. I will say this was another year they enforced the mask policy, but most people didn't really give a fuck. Like some people wore the mask, some people didn't. They would offer it to you, but they didn't enforce it as much. That was one thing I did note compared to like Anime NYC, where they were not playing that shit. Like they would kick you out. They kicked I remember Anime NYC last year kicked the whole vendor out because they didn't want to wear their mask. So yeah,
fuck out of here,
dickhead.
So, I'll try to recap it to the best of my ability. So Thursday was my Funko day. I'm tired as fuck. I drove down Wednesday morning at 4:30 from Connecticut to get down to Jersey to my parents' house, just to make my life easier and work from home, and then I could just go right there from the con. I woke up at 4 a.m. on Thursday, met up with Monica. Shout out to Monica, ride or die, my con buddy. We just be trooping it. But we were up at 4:30, got to the con by like 7 o'clock, waited online, got inside at 8, waited on there. Then we went inside. We ran to the One Piece tour because this was New York Comic Con was the last stop on the One Piece tour, North American tour. And it was pretty cool. They gave you a free bag, free bag, bandanas, some gifts and stuff and whatnot. They had like a whole booth set up with like the manga. You can go watch the excuse me. I tried to burp away from this.
Ew,
nigga, nasty ass nigga.
Oh god, I apologize for that.
Yeah, nasty.
So the One Piece North American.
John over there, like, was that burp even vegan?
Could have muted, you know. Was that burp vegan? Knowing Shawny, it wasn't.
Nah, I know. That nigga had hella oxtail. Batman forward! Batman pull up!
I guess it is. But yeah, so the One Piece North American tour, they basically stop at different conventions and whatnot, and then they set up their booth. They were promoting Film Red very, very heavily because it premieres in November. So like,
you got to see it though.
Yeah, so I did get to see it, and I'm gonna get to that towards the end of Thursday night. So I went to the booth. We got our free bags and some One Piece swag. We got to talk to something I bought. Bro, wait until I send you the picture of the shit that I bought. I think I dropped $1,000 in like collectibles, my boy. Like, the Katakuri. Nah, just hold on. Let me go get the Katakuri real quick. You gotta see this shit.
Yeah, see, Mac. I know that, you know, like you haven't indulged hard into like hobbies like that in the past. Like, you know, you've dabbled here and there. You've spent, that's normal. That's dabble. I'm talking hit a hobby hard where like you would have had shelves and shelves and shelves of manga. That's what I'm talking about.
It's only bro, that shit is fire though.
Look at this shit. Look at the size of the shit compared to my head, bro. This shit is huge. They didn't even give you a bag. I can't see inside it,
but that shit is fire though. Go to the side, so we can actually see it. No. The other side.
The image, the side that had the image of it.
Yes, thank you. So we can actually see the damn thing. That shit looks fire though.
Tilted a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Bro, that shit looks fire though. That's
$90 for this shit. And that's cheap. It's cheap.
I was gonna say that definitely sounds cheap for a statue that big.
I bought that. I bought a metal. I'll show you all the content. But at the One Piece booth, there was the event exclusive Katakuri, and they had a Luffy. It was a bunch of shit I bought. I dropped. I could tell you honestly, I probably dropped $1,000 to $1,500 between collectibles and prints. And that is just an example of telling you that when we had that episode a while ago, that you will spend money at Comic-Con and not realize that you do it. But yeah, so that was an experience. Then I had to run to the Funko booth. That was a 3-hour experience. After that, I was too tired. I chilled downstairs and relaxed. And then we met up with some friends, dropped stuff off the car. We came back. Shout out to Monica again because she got us on the train. We went to the One Piece Film Red movie premiere. And just to give some clarity on it, it was an invite-only event that was only sent out to select Crunchyroll subscribers. And, you know, thankfully I was able to receive that email and respond to it. So basically I got an email saying, hey, come out to the premiere on Thursday night. It's at the Lincoln IMAX theater. So me and Monica were like rushing to get there on train. We got there 20 minutes before. And I promise you, I regret not getting there sooner. Dog. First of all, the movie was free. so I didn't have to pay anything. Secondly, it was open bar. Fucking open bar. Tito's, Henny, mad shit was behind the bar. Bruh. Henny, yes. It was open
I'm mad
bar.
as hell now.
Oh, they really trying to perform. They really trying to push this movie.
Hey, there's more, but wait, there's more. So you pull up, right? Boom, you walk inside.
But
They
wait,
be like,
there's more.
You here for the One Piece movie? I bet. Come on, go ahead. So they take you upstairs. You get your ticket. So you get your ticket with your assigned seat. You go upstairs, right? They got like the different they got the Shanks panels, the Uda the displays and shit. They got the posters and shit. So you basically go up like 3 floors. You come inside. All right, you walk in. There's a table set up. So they have like a Lunchable style container that has food in it. So you're getting pasta, chicken, sushi, all in that container. Then you got the sodas. You could get your free candy, popcorn, soda. They had these One Piece film red cups, open bar. So you for free. Not $1 spent. I don't think I only spent just the train I paid for. So you go, you take it. They give you a red bag, and they're like, "Yo, you're gonna need it when you get inside." You go, you take that shit with you. You go to your seat. In your seat, we got free because Uniqlo did a collaboration with the film Red movie. We got free Uniqlo shirts on our seat, plus a booster pack for the One Piece.
Where the shirt at, nigga?
Oh, I gotta wash it, bro. Wore that shit to the con on Sunday.
No, but we have to see it, nigga.
Damn, I gotta watch it.
No, we don't need to see it now. Keep going.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the content. Follow the TikTok, follow Instagram. You see all that shit there, yo. Don't worry, it's gonna
The Paradise TV. That's THEE Paradise TV.
Yeah, so we get to our seat, we're eating whatever, and they had the executive producer like from Japan, like they had some of the Japanese staff, and 3 of the guys there. And after the movie, they did a Q&A with them, so we got to meet them. Me and my friends took pictures with them. It was late, so I was trying to go back home. But the movie was beautiful as fuck. If I had to describe it in non-spoiler sense, think about a Disney movie, like a concert musical Disney movie, but anime styled for One Piece. And it was a very emotional movie, I will say this much. And the theme that I got from it was basically family, like the different forms of family, whether it's by blood, non-blood, adopted, crewmates, things of that nature. And
Vin Diesel showed up.
So I'm surprised he did not pull up, bro. But I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I almost shed a tear because it was it was a really good movie. I can see why it hit the records that it did there. And the beauty of it was that you got to learn about Shanks. Like you actually learn
shit.
You get Shanks for the later half of the movie. You get Shanks a good amount of this movie. You learn a lot about Shanks, believe it or not. You learn about just like a little bit more about exactly just as how powerful he is, his come up. Simple as that. To some level.
Because in what this anime's been going on for like 25 years. In 25 years, we've learned that he has a daughter.
So we learned that his name is Shanks.
Yeah.
We learned that he's named Shanks. That's all we know.
So the movie gives you
and his best hockey, and he has one arm.
Yeah, and his best man's is Ben Beckman.
And you do get Ben Beckman. Oh, actually, that's another thing. You get a lot of his crew in this movie. Like, you get to see his crew in action for once. And it was something that the executive producer mentioned in the Q&A was that we're in the tail end. We're basically at the end of One Piece, which is why they had Shanks in the movie and giving you more of it, because we're getting to that point where we got to tie up loose ends.
No, for sure. That makes sense.
So
this movie is canon.
Yeah, you could Oda worked on it, so you can imagine it's like My Hero canon, how their movies play a part. Like how in the manga they took one little bit from the movie and made that canon. It's basically like that, because you actually see, like, you kind of get a tiny little bit of how Shanks came to be and where he came from and whatnot. A little bit, nothing too crazy. But aside
I'm
from
excited
that,
to watch this movie.
It's a beautiful, beautiful movie. Very, very emotional for sure. Definitely worth the watch. And like Otto, the chick who plays Uda's voice, yo, that song is a bop. I blasted it like 30 times after I watched that fucking movie back to back. Like, that shit really is a banger.
Yo.
but the experience was really good. Like shout out to Crunchyroll for the invite and having us out there. It was really good. Like, and I love watching the anime movies with fellow like anime heads because it's just like it's a dope experience. You could literally talk to somebody next to you, there's a complete stranger, and then y'all just become the best of friends in that one moment. It was a really good experience. Happy to have done it. Um, but yeah, so that happened. Friday, same thing. Went back. Had to same thing. 4 a.m. Went there. Had to do Funko again. There was a Funko event called Fright Night. So me and my boys, me, Vic that does the apparel, Goose, y'all know Goose, and our other boy Sheik, we dressed up as the Golden Girls.
I saw.
Yeah,
I
this nigga
saw.
called me Medea.
Shawny was over there playing Medea. That's crazy. That's cool.
So that was fun. Like it was a very long night, but that was good. I took my godson that day on Friday, and Monica took him around the con. He bought some anime statues because he loves the figurines and whatnot. So that was a good experience. And then Saturday was our panel day. That was actually the one day that I was able to relax, sit in the panel for once. The first panel we went to go see was the One Piece panel, the one film red dub, and they brought back the Japanese um, producers and whatnot that were there at the movie premiere. They did a Q&A. Bruh, there's the one producer. My man came out in the marine jacket, but his shit was official, and he's older, so he looked like Akianu. And it was like, and he would like literally sit there. Bro, he had his hat said Marine, he had the jacket, and they would ask him questions. He'd be like, yo, I'm a Marine. Because he speaks straight Japanese, so they would translate it. He was like, he'll talk to you, but he's like, but I'm also Marine, so don't ask me no more questions. And he would just sit there, mad swaggy and shit, like it was just it was a really good panel. Like we got to ask questions. They showed us they showed us the English dub trailer, which I'm sorry, I just can't get used to it. It sounds nasty to me personally. I just can't watch One Piece in dub, bro. I can't.
Who the fuck asked you?
Nobody asked you. Facts.
Who asked
Nobody
you?
asked.
I'm
gonna watch that. Don't worry, Shawny. Don't worry, Shawny. It's split in half.
I've watched it in sub, and it sounds good in sub. I've said this before. There are certain voice actors in the sub, like Big Mom's voice actor, trash. Kaido's voice actor, trash. But for the most part, everybody else sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah,
that's me though.
I'm talking about.
I just don't have to read. That's my thing. I don't have to read.
I meant it the other way. So when I said the Big Mom and Kaido's voice actor in
the dub,
trash. They're the trash.
But
everybody else,
I'm not reading. So I'm good.
I don't want to. I mean,
just the dude.
Another character. Instead of saying "pero," says "lick." That was weird. But
that's the thing. Like, it just certain things don't translate the same in English, and not for nothing. When you watch 1,000 episodes in Japanese and you stay away from the dub, hearing it in dub just sounds weird.
I watched 500 in Japanese,
and I watched 1,000 in Japanese. And I never watched a dub, and it was.
Hold on. Let me get you a cookie real quick.
Anyway.
Nigga, I give a fuck.
The shit's ass. But regardless, they had the cast members come out. Shout out to Chris Sabat, voice of Zoro. He did his thing. It was really cool, like just seeing how the camaraderie they had as voice actors and whatnot, and talking about the experience and everything. And they made a good point that like, being a dub voice actor is kind of easy. It's like cheating because the content is already done. So you just have to see what, you get the Japanese version, you got to translate it to make it make sense on your end and whatnot. So that was a good that was a good panel. And then it was funny, they kick you out the panel and you got to come back in for the next one, which was the My Hero panel. And that shit was ass. The panel was ass. Bro, listen. I love I love Justin Briner. I love Deku. Deku's my favorite character in My Hero. Justin, he's the best person you could meet in the world. So and when I say that the panel was ass, it wasn't because of him. I just felt that the way they organized it was just really bad. Like, first of all, they brought him and they brought 4 others on stage. I know Hawk's voice actor was there and like 3 others were there. They had their pictures on the background and they didn't even say who voice they were. It just said Justin Briner, Zeno Robinson, and X, Y, and Z people, but it didn't say voice of Deku, voice of Hawks. You get what I'm trying to say? So like if you was there and you never heard, you don't know who these people are. You don't even know who they fucking voice. So that was one. Two, they played this complicated ass game. They didn't even really get into like 15 minutes I was out. They're like, oh, so you basically got to draw a card and you get to pick a quirk. And if you pick this quirk, you can use this quirk, right? So you're thinking the game is just you drawing to get quirks and shit and using them in the game. But then it's like there's a whole nother layer. Okay, now that you picked your quirk, that's the quirk you have. Now you got to roll a dice, and whatever number you get is how many times you can use that quirk. So I'm like, okay. And then you find out that it's a multiple choice game, and they can answer the questions for the multiple choice, and they can use the quirk during the turns for the questions. So one lady had a quirk called copy, so she can copy somebody answer. Another dude had a quirk called zapper, where he can zap somebody and steal their point. Another one had invisible, and you could disappear and avoid that question and not have to answer it. It was just it was a hot mess. And then not to mention but here's a kicker.
Yeah, they were definitely trying to do a lot.
They tried to do a lot, and it just got mad confusing.
Too much, bro.
So, bro, like, and then here's the worst part: the multiple choice questions. You know how A, B, C, D? All the answers were A for every question. So you couldn't even be like, it was like, my nigga, like, y'all doing a panel, and the room is packed. How do you just fuck this up? You get what I'm trying to say? So
I've never been to a panel, but that sounds horrible.
Bro, me and Monica got up after 15 minutes. We was like, yo, we don't even need to be here no more. We walked out dipped too. And 10 other people walked out right after us. Like people were just leaving because it just didn't it was a shit show. So then we headed out to that we dipped out of that panel. Then we met up with her friend. We went back, me and her friend went back to the Bleach panel. The Bleach panel was fucking amazing. The room was filled to the brim. We came in, they did the guy came out, introduced everything. Viz Media talked about the new products, so they have some new toys that are coming out. They're releasing the Bleach 4-pack movies into one Blu-ray set, so that was pretty cool. And then they did a cosplay contest, and they picked 25 of the best cosplay in the room, brought them on stage, and they would go and model and shit. And then like King Vader from TikTok, I know y'all seen him before. He was there with another anime TikTok star, and they were the guest judges and whatnot. So they did their thing, and then we got to watch the episode. I cried, I got hyped as fuck, I screamed. It was an amazing experience. Got to watch the shit on Saturday before today, so I already knew what time it was. And then so then we finished that panel, dipped out. Then we just walked the con floor. The con floor is con floor. It's always packed and whatnot. I didn't get a chance to go to Artist Alley this time, but I'm not even mad at it because like I was able to walk around the con, and there was a lot of decent artists that were on the main con floor. So I picked up a few prints. There was one specific vendor that was pretty cool. They would take a character and they would make a cereal box out of the characters as the print. So like I put the picture up and I bought a print, but I can't unfortunately show you because it's spoiler. But they had One Piece, My Hero, Dragon Ball. It was just a whole bunch of random like names that it was fire. So I got to send the picture again. I think that was my favorite panel, my favorite booth. There was another lady, and what she does is she takes like dictionary pages and she draws art on them. So I bought like a Ichigo going hollow mask on that one. Attack on Titans. Monica bought a Going Merry one. It was really cool. I think they were the Bad Ren, something like that. I posted their stuff up there too, but that was pretty cool. But yeah, we walked the con floor. I bought a bunch of pops, bought a bunch of collectibles, bought a bunch of prints. And then Sunday, I literally went there just to pick up stuff from Monica because she went with her boyfriend that time and they were taking the train. So I went to go pick up stuff to bring back to the car. And then I drove back to Connecticut. And so it was a very painful on my feet experience and whatnot, but I don't regret it at all. I had such a fucking blast. I felt like when I was able to take all the pictures that I was able to take and post on the Paradise page.
Which you did a great job about by doing that. Let me give you a round of applause. That was really good.
It was a lot of fun, bro. Like, and honestly, like those pictures is only like 10% of the things that I saw. It just sometimes gets a little bit too chaotic to get everything you want to get. But like, I always recommend that everybody should at least try to do New York Comic Con just one time. The beauty of it is that like there's really no judgment. Everybody's a fan of something. Everybody's a nerd in their own way, shape, or form. And it's like you bump into it's literally the best place to go to bump into people and just apologize and keep it moving. I took a picture with my man Doug Dimmadome, home of the Dimsdale Dimmadome, and his hat was tall as fuck. So I took a picture of him, and when I came up to him, him and his girl, they were trying to put money in his wallet. So I said to him, like, yo, can I take a picture of you, but can you hold the money, like scrambling with your money? Because Doug Dimmadome got the money.
Yep.
So I said, yo, take the picture. So he takes the picture, and we're laughing about it. And bro, his hat hits me in the head. It falls off. It clocks me in the head. So he's apologizing to me. I'm like, yo, bro, it's cool. Like, it's Comic-Con. I understand it. But it was like a foam. He said, that's why I make the foam hat. Like, like it, it explains, that's the foam hat. Da, 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 da. So we had a whole conversation, kept it moving. There was another picture I posed of oh my god, what's my Flashy, my man Flashy from Demon Slayer. The Flashy
Zenitsu?
Hashira. No. The one with the white hair.
I know you're talking about. I don't.
I forgot the name. Tengen. So
that sounds right.
There was a dude at the I think it was the Bleach panel or the My Hero. It was one of the panels that we met up with that we saw, and he had like the cosplay. The shit was dope, and he was explaining to us how he made it. And his swords were 3D printed. And as one of the pictures I put up there, the swords were 3D. He printed it. He said he worked on his costume the whole summer, everything. Like he printed the arm bangles and whatnot. And he was like, it was difficult because you can't make it too tight because you restrict your blood flow, but you can't make it too loose because it'll fall off. So he printed it and then he added some foam in there to make it work and whatnot. And it stayed there the whole time. He had his nails painted, the colors, the sparkly things coming down. He said he literally went to like a crystal shop and he got it and he made it himself so it would look like, and it sparkled in person. Like, it's just amazing how some people really go the attention to detail exactly for the cosplay and whatnot, bro. And I got one there was actually one guy that did Chainsaw Man, and literally the shit looked legitimate. The only thing it didn't have on it was blood, and I took a picture of him. I think I posted it. And it turned out that same guy was one of the guys that's in like one of my my nerd discords, and we didn't even know that we were in the same Discord and how we met each other in real person until we talked about it later. But again, it was a really good experience and whatnot, and I had a fucking blast. I'm definitely gonna do it again as I always do. I think New York for me is like it's a nice vacation in a sense because you're moving around, you're doing a lot, but for however many hours you're there, you're just away from real life and you're just surrounded by nerdom. So and I got to play the One Piece Odyssey demo. They gave me a free keychain for that. And I will say that will be a day one pre-order for cheapo me. I will be buying that at full price and I'll be playing it. It's an action RPG turn-based game that fits very well into the One Piece world. And I have to say, like, playing it,
I hate turn-based games so much.
But it's actually
I miss good turn-based RPGs.
You would like it, John. I wish you were caught up because you would love it because it incorporates everything about One Piece.
Ryan.
So like how like there's elements and games.
You're not trying hard enough.
Word. I was about to say the
Sorry,
same thing.
I'll forget all my responsibilities.
Good.
And now watch One Piece.
You know how like how games have elements and we can saw like fire is weak to water and everything. So in the One Piece game, there's no fire, water, excellent. There's their abilities that they use there's 3 types. I don't remember the names of them, but each type is weak to another type. And that's how they use the elements in the game. So you might use this one ability that your enemy is weak against and whatnot. Or like if they'll have special cases where like say Usopp gets electrocuted in the demo and you got to rescue Usopp because the other enemies, he can't attack. He's paralyzed and the enemies are fucking him up. So you got to fight the enemies on your side of the battle and work your way over to save him and whatnot. And the whole mission was to save Nami. The whole party has XP share, so it doesn't matter what 4 straw hats you use. Everybody gets the experience points for it and whatnot. You get the whole gang, and
That's
yeah,
what
like
I
I said,
like to hear.
it's a good game, bro. Like
You know me, I love my XP share.
I
Stop
think
making me grind. That's just boring. It's not
my
2007. The fuck?
my my biggest gripe with the game is that the load times were a little slow, and I wonder if that's something they'll fix over time. But again, it's
Probably.
really cool. I gotta say, it was a really good looking game. It gives me very Final Fantasy vibes, and I'm so excited to go pre-order that shit tomorrow and get it day one and pay the full amount for it. It's so worth it.
All right,
What console you could trying to get that for?
PlayStation. I'll get all my anime games on PS4, PS5.
I want to ask you a question
Mm-hmm.
regarding the Comic-Con. How recent has there been anime at Comic-Con? Is that something that's new? Hold on, let me finish my question
No.
first.
That I said ooh because that was a good point I forgot to mention. But continue.
Oh, okay. So, oh yeah. So, how recent has that been? Because I mean, it sounds like to me, right, that anime kind of took over Comic Con for the most
Yes,
part.
I will. Let me tell you something. That was a good thing. Good point. You brought that up. So this year was the first year that the tickets. And John, you remember when you went? Remember, Walking Dead was the picture on the badge for
Yes.
years. This is the
Yes.
first year that they're not on anymore. Every badge had anime. Chainsaw Man, Spy Family, Rising of the Shield Hero, um, My Hero Academia, and there was one more that I can't remember. But every badge for every day and every type was all anime, every single one. And
Speaking,
this, oh
no, I'm sorry. Continue,
yeah,
continue.
and this was actually one of the biggest ones, like the big ass Luffy. They literally had the One Piece big ass booth and the Dragon Ball big ass booth at the same place in the
Mm,
same right next to each other, and it was chaotic because everybody was trying to get the free bags in the beginning. The anime had a very, 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 very big presence this year. So much so that you could even argue that you would have thought it was Anime NYC when you first walk in. There was to the level I probably saw more yours from Spy Family than I seen Deadpool's and Spider-Man's.
really?
Every time, bro. For every Spider-Man, there was a your. There was literally one group of guys that all dressed up as Anya and went together as three
Really?
Anyas. Yes, I think I showed the picture. It was one of the pictures I put up.
Oh
It
wow.
it was
I
very
just wanted to ask because I felt like Comic Con was more of like every single year
That
it's
comic book shit
it's
and all
more of
that
a like a I won't even say a comic book but just more of like an American
American thing.
media type
mhm.
of like a convention, and for this to be the first year that anime has kind of taken over, I hope that let me see, figure out if I can figure out how to say this. I hope that what anime does affects the comic book world, because I mean to see animes like Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, One Piece to sell over hundreds of millions, and some Batman comics haven't even sold. I don't think Batman as a whole has sold over 100 million comic books, and that shit has been out since like the 50s. So I don't know. I thought it was very interesting. The only reason why I asked that too, and what I was gonna say before is that it finally came. My anime NYC ticket
Yep.
finally came.
I got
I'm
my
happy.
Yeah, I got
badges
mine
too.
too.
On
We
my
out here.
badge, yeah, my badge finally came. I'm very souped. I've been waiting since
Do
the
we,
summer for this shit.
I had a question about that. Do we have to activate those?
I
Yeah,
believe
it
so.
has all the information
Yeah.
on it once you get it. It
No,
gives
yeah,
you like
because
a whole
I have all
big
the paper and stuff,
list.
but I don't know if like we have to activate it because it says activation number in the back or whatever.
Yeah, there'll be a certain section that you would go to activate it. I'm gonna do mine eventually. I just want to get through New York. But I will say like that was a conversation that I had with a lot of people. I talked to a lot of randoms at Comic Con and just how like New York seemed very like you would have thought it was Anime NYC to some level, which is crazy because when Anime NYC comes around, they use about a quarter of the space that New York Comic Con uses in the Javits. So it's very interesting to see like how it how it kind of had like such a chokehold on it. I was really surprised, but also happy because that means that just goes to show you that like anime has become a big thing. I know one cosplay group I saw, they were all the Straw Hats. They had came out. It was hard to hunt them down, and there was one guy that clearly chose violence that weekend because he came dressed up as a spoiler for One Piece. And he was the only one of that spoiler.
Oh yeah. I saw the picture you posted.
The whole con, bro.
Bugging.
He was the only one I seen of what he
Well,
was
the white Luffy.
Yep, the only one.
Oh, what a dickhead.
That's
bro,
crazy.
But he got mad picked. But he was the only one who was dressed like that.
That nigga was like, I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I'm wearing what I want. What the fuck is he talking about? Mm-hmm. Spoiling all you niggas.
Yeah.
Every single one of y'all.
So it was a good experience. And then just to tie back to the Thursday night, so me and Monica were heading back on the train, and there was this guy that walked up to us in a he was like in like some like funky suit, and he says to us, "Hey, did you guys go to the One Piece movie premiere?" And we were like, "Yeah, like we went there and whatnot," and blah 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 blah. Turns out this guy works for Crunchyroll, and he was asking about our experience. And I kid you not, we had like a 20-minute conversation with him between waiting for the train and getting on the train with him. And it was a really good conversation. He basically was saying how like, Crunchyroll and Funimation are one now, and they're based out of how Crunchyroll was based out of California and Funimation was based out of Texas, and how they're trying to increase the presence in New York now. And he's basically like part of the marketing for New York and whatnot and trying to push it. So he was just asking for our opinion and whatnot and things. And he asked he asked us, what did you think of the One Piece movie, English subbed, but keeping, he's like, what did you think of the singer, the Japanese singer one, and the music? And we told him how good it was. And he was like, okay, because the dub, there was like this inner conversation at Crunchyroll where there would be half of the staff wanted them to do they wanted them to redub the music.
It. Yeah.
And the other half was like, nah, keep the original. And so I explained. So my opinion was that I think you need to keep it the way that it is. I feel like when you redub the anime itself, that makes more sense. But redubbing the music, the way that the original artist composed the music, it doesn't translate the same when you redub it. It may not sound the same and whatnot. And now it sounds like you're just forcing English words to fit to the beat of the song, and it just wouldn't come off right. So
it's going to be a totally different song at that point. For sure.
Exactly. And you're going to take away from, because that was a thing, like with the movie, obviously not spoilers, but the movie was very like Disney concert. There was a lot of musical cues. So say there was a fighting scene, she would sing a song that is enhancing the fighting and whatnot, that matches the emotion and the impact of what's going on. So to translate that, it wouldn't hit the same and whatnot. So we explained that to him, and then so we had a conversation about just the music aspect of it. He told us about another movie that's coming out that's very like Miyazaki styled later, and they're trying to figure out the best way to reach the masses and whatnot. So we talked to him about Anime NYC. He mentioned that with Demon Slayer, I don't even know what I'm supposed to say it, but it is what it is. You heard it here first, but basically they were thinking about taking the last 2 episodes of season 2 and the first 2 episodes of season 3 and making it into like a mini movie. And just the feedback on how to go about it. And I asked them, like, so, like, and they were saying they were going to, like, put it in theaters. And I shut that shit down immediately. I was like, bro, listen.
Oh, wait, hold on. What?
Yes. So the thought process was they were thinking of basically taking the last 2 episodes of season 2 and the 2 episodes of season 3 and turn it into, like, a mini movie recap.
Oh, brother. That's just a cash grab at that point.
Exactly. And I basically explained to him that when you think about like that with Mugen Train was a good movie. The problem with Mugen Train was that you put it in theaters, we paid to go see that. Then you put it on the app for free. Not a big ass deal, but you sold on DVDs, you put it on the app, whatever. But then you triple dipped, and then you put a whole recap in the beginning of season 2 to then go into into the real season 2 with like a little bit of extra content. And at that point, you were just milking a cash cow. I was like, look, in my personal opinion, I think you should take the movie. If you're gonna do that, put it straight to Crunchyroll as an episode 0. As an episode 0, a special episode that recaps the whole thing. And then you start season 3 after that.
Yeah, I may agree with you on that point, because like at that point it's just being redundant. Like,
yes,
and
no, they're just trying to take your
and
money
again,
at that point.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Demon Slayer's story is not that good to be doing all of this. To me,
yeah.
to me.
I in my opinion, I was like, you could do a Titan.
And I like Demon Slayer. Like, I fuck with Tanjiro. I fuck with Inosuke. I fuck with Zenitsu the long way. But story is not that good for you to give us the movie, then to give it to us on the fucking app, then to make us wait 7 episodes until the new season comes out. Like, that's just a waste of time. If you're gonna do that, you might as well just do what Shawny just said. Give us an episode 0, have us do the recap, and then start season 3. Or it's season 3, right? Start season 3 right after that. Don't do, okay, we'll give you the movie, then we'll give you 4 or 5 episodes of the like. Come on, yo, y'all doing the most.
Like I told him, I was like, don't.
I wouldn't even do that, because
it's just a cash grab. You don't need to do it.
We've already seen it. Only people who really, really love that shit will go to the theaters and waste their money to rewatch something that they saw on Crunchyroll. And to those people, I say go seek help, because you need a doctor or something. Yeah, it's crazy.
So I say that all to say it was a really good conversation. The guy was really cool. We got a lot. I gave him a lot of insight. We got a lot to see, just like the inner workings of how things work with Crunchyroll and whatnot. So it's pretty cool. Like, these are just things that like you don't really, you can't prepare for this shit. Like, you can't make it up. It just happens to happen that way.
No, it's dope. It's dope that you actually had that experience. We're able to have an elongated and articulate conversation with somebody from the industry about what it's like on the consumer end, because that's basically what we do here, right? But not to the ears of the people that are, like trying to get feedback. Yeah, like doing shit within the industry. So that's a great opportunity. So happy that you enjoyed the whole con and you were able to really like immerse yourself in that. That was dope.
So I say all that to say it was pretty cool, just that conversation about the music aspect and with the impact that it has on the dub, the translations and whatnot. And that led me into another conversation that I was thinking about, was just like the impact of music in the anime. For me personally, I literally have a Spotify playlist of like 265 anime songs and anything that's related to it from the artists that do openings and closings. So I was, random thinking about it. I was like, all right, let me ask the guys, like, how do you feel about the impact of the music on the anime? Because for me, if the opening and the endings are trash, I'm less likely to fuck with the anime if I didn't already know of it before. Like, I feel like an opening to me is kind of like your teaser trailer or your commercial to promote your anime. And if it doesn't hit, if the visuals don't hit, the music doesn't hit, and it seems kind of ass and boring, then I'm going to associate that with the anime being boring. So I wanted to get your thoughts on that. Like, how do you feel about openings and ending closings in regards to the anime you watch?
Before we get to the how we feel part, what is your favorite opening and your favorite closing of any anime? What's your favorite, John? What's your favorite?
You gotta pick an anime, my boy. I got a whole 265 songs.
No, bro.
I want to say the one that definitely that pops into my head right away is the season 1 opening for Tokyo Ghoul.
Oh, yes, Unravel by Ostrich. Yes,
yeah, that song literally is Tokyo Ghoul.
And yes. I think that's my point. It associates the song with the anime.
Because what's good about a song like that, why I like this particular song a lot, is because it reemerges throughout the anime in different moments. Some moments to be like finishing something, like it's an end cap to something, and then it's like the music is taking the episode out. Or it slows down and you get like a melodic version of it during really sad moments. So it's something where this is a really, really hype song. And when you hear this really, really hype song in such a sad tone, but it's on brand, and it stays with the continuous theme of the whole anime. It just immerses you into the story just a little bit more. And that's the first one that pops into my head.
So I'll go with two. The first one that pops in my head, speaking on that, is Soraro Days by Shoko Nakagawa. And if you ever watched Gurren Lagann, the opening for that one, that
Nah,
one
that's
is
on my watch list.
Yeah, that opening song, it just gets me all the time. It's very, especially to the anime and everything it happens, it's very emotional, and it just relates to it very well. And I would have to say Gurren by Lisa for Demon Slayer. I know we hate it, but that opening song is such a banger.
We don't hate it.
The
We don't hate it.
The last
not
season?
the song. The first season one of Demon Slayer.
No, we don't hate it. I love that shit.
No,
I love that shit.
The anime, not the song.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't hate it. I just don't think.
Is it Demon Slayer? Attack on Titan. What are we talking about?
Yeah, I don't. Huh?
What are we talking
No,
about?
we're talking
Attack on
about
Titan?
Demon Slayer. He said season 1 of Demon Slayer.
Yeah,
I don't hate Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer. I just don't think that the anime is as good as all of the people are telling me that it is.
So Mac, which I was trying to get Mac's favorite anime intro.
Come on, we should know what my favorite anime intro is.
I bet probably we are.
Come on, it's Yu. First of all, I cannot believe I forgot this. Happy birthday, Yu Yu Hakusho. The shit started 30 years from today, October 10th, 1992. So we are the same age. Happy fucking birthday, Yu Yu Hakusho, one of the greatest animes ever told. I don't give a fuck. You can come and see me, please. Come and see me if you don't agree, and I'll read you Yu Yu Hakusho. But yes, it is Yu Yu Hakusho. That is my favorite.
And that opening is surprisingly just as fun in English as it is.
That's what I was gonna say right now.
That's one of the only.
That's the only ones that you can translate both ways, and it sounds the same. It hits.
Wait a second. The Pokemon one sounds the same in every language I've heard it. That Pokemon intro.
Wait, which one though?
That one's originally
which one?
In
the first one. The first one.
Listen to me. All right, listen to me. Listen to me.
It's originally in English.
Listen to me real quick. Let me listen to me real quick.
It sounds
because just like the English one.
Listen, let me tell you something about Pokemon. Right, the best Pokemon intro might be Johto League.
I gotta
that shit.
Master.
Everybody wants
that
shit.
No. You gotta turn it up.
To the top of the
we stop. We back. Nah, come on. That shit goes stupid. And another one that's good is Orange League. That one was really good too.
Yeah,
but
I remember that.
Johto.
Yeah, that one's fun. Yeah, that one.
Johto is fire. World to live in. It's a whole new place to see. It's a whole new man with a brand new attitude.
Oh my God!
But you still gotta catch 'em all. Be the best that you can. Pokemon Johto. Pokemon Johto. That shit. Come on, bro. That shit was amazing, man. That's just amazing.
What about you, Crispin?
My favorite. Well, the one that comes to my head is the season 3 of Haikyuu.
I watched that anime, so I didn't hear that song.
That intro gets me hyped up for that volleyball game.
Does it have like that sports kind of vibe to it, or does it have like that typical anime rock alternative thing going on?
That's that. Anime
typical
rock
anime rock alternative rock shit. Yeah,
bruh. And then Naruto, she put in intro 11.
Ooh, I gotta look that one up.
He got real specific. That's cool. I mean, I could look that one up.
Honorable mention: Fighting Dreamers for Naruto, the original.
I was gonna say, what was the name of that? The
Bluebird.
last
Bluebird
intro
is hard.
that we had. No,
Gamari.
the last intro that we had for I think the first part of season 4 of Attack on Titan.
Oh,
The
the
one that
war
everyone
one.
loved. Yeah.
Bro,
Dun, dun,
that
dun, dun,
no.
dun, 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 dun,
I'm in that
dun,
part
dun.
right now. Like I'm reading that. I'm listening to that show now. That intro gives you everything you
That
need to know
shit.
about that
Yes,
season, bro.
and it's
Yes.
crazy because
Everything,
like
bro.
if you slow it down, and listen to it, it actually describes everything going on in that season. Like they're talking in English, talking about the war.
So that one
Yeah,
is
that
dope.
was a
Like all
banger.
the Attack on Titan ones are good.
Yeah, and
'Cause
they're
they're
all
all
like
chaotic.
they're all
It's all
German
chaotic,
based
bro.
too.
Yo, so I wanted to say this really quickly. Some guy asked the girl or this woman, what was she listening to? And she said that like she was walking down the street and she said she was listening to the Attack on Titan theme song in her headphones walking down the street. So then cut to some other dude saying, "Fuck out of here. You really listening to the Attack on Titan theme song while you walking down the street during broad daylight?" And he got so pissed. And I'm like, bro, I feel the same way. I like the theme songs for Attack on Titan, but listen to me and listen to me very clearly. There is no way in this God-given earth that I am listening to that shit when I'm not watching the show. And to be honest with you, right? And people are gonna hate me for this. This is probably gonna go on TikTok too. People can hate me for this. I am one of those people where if I have watched the show, like if I'm deep into the show, I'll skip the theme song.
I do
I'll
that too.
skip
You
it.
know,
For me, it
it's
depends on
not
how
hating.
good the theme song
Yeah,
is.
Yeah.
it
The
If it's a
depends.
only
really
one
good
I
theme
don't
song,
do that.
I'll sit through it.
The only one I don't do that is Yu Yu Hakusho. Every other one, get it out of here, man.
Nah,
I
that Haiku third
Skip
season,
it.
I did not skip that shit. That
Skip
shit,
it.
I had to listen to that shit before I go into that episode, bro. Every
Skip
single
it.
time.
I also
Skip it.
do really like the original theme song for One Piece.
The first one?
we are.
Yep,
the classic. Yep, we are.
But they put that shit in every episode.
Yep.
Bro,
You know,
that's
that one.
Anything happening on One Piece? Hey, and then with the hey,
And I like that one. Because
Um,
I actually like just enjoy that particular song.
But we can't really just talk about intros and outros when it comes to music and anime, because in Dragon Ball when you hear drum 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 dun dun drum drum, that shit gets you hype, bro.
All right,
That shit
that's
gets you hype,
OST,
bro.
right?
let's talk.
BGM background music. But yes, OST.
see what I'm
OST covers
saying?
it all.
OST is original soundtrack.
That's it.
So let's talk about the Dragon Ball thing just really quick. I just want to because there a lot of people are used to that idea, right? Like Shawny brought it up earlier of like the dubbing studios deciding that they want to change music from whatever the Japanese score is to something that they think will sit better with American audiences or English speaking audiences. And when they were doing the dubbing for Dragon Ball, they hired a company run by a guy named Bruce Faulconer. So Faulconer had
he did some video games, right?
I'm not entirely sure. I couldn't answer that question. But Bruce Faulconer's
score. That sounds like
Faulconer's score is he's known for doing early Dragon Ball Z dub music, right? But he wasn't necessarily the composer for a lot of that music. It's his media company, and he had guys come in and do music with, this was like these electronic rock and roll sounding music that they did. And I actually got to see these guys that played that music perform at the first Kamehacon in 2018. So they were just there performing it down now, just like on stage. Yeah, like just it which was really cool. It's dope. And they didn't get credited for that music. A lot of that music goes to Faulconer, but he had gotten in trouble for things in general. Like I remember that there was like a situation with like him plagiarizing music at some point or something like that. Yeah, like so like I don't believe he's in the music industry anymore.
He's still president. It says on Wikipedia. He's still present. It's on Wikipedia.
I just remember there being something about plagiarism in his career. I couldn't give you details. I don't know the story.
Get him the fuck out of here.
But I do remember that the guys that did actually compose the music for Dragon Ball don't get credited for it. They give the credit to Bruce Faulconer, and he's not the one that composed that music. So you can look up the guys that played the music. I don't know their names, but that's like the first time where I think we all heard something that we thought was the original music, right? Like we wouldn't have known that the music had been changed, especially because of the type of music that Dragon Ball had. And when you listen to Dragon Ball in the Japanese dub, the score is very, very different. It's more orchestral. It has a lot of depth to the music too. Like it's not just all like badass rock music. But it's like they're very different. Like even like Gohan Super Saiyan 2 transformation scenes are very, very different with like the music and everything. And the Japanese dub, just the scene, like if you just want to see the scene of Gohan transforming to Super Saiyan 2, just so you can see the comparison between Japanese and English, you'll get what I mean. But it definitely creates an interesting tone. And I'm not against the Faulconer score at all. I grew up with it too. But it's something that like I've noticed, like we don't do that anymore. Right? Like when you watch an anime, like I'll watch some of my one-off animes in English just to get through them a little faster. Because sometimes I'm watching them like while I'm like getting dressed for work or something. And like those the openings and the endings will be their original Japanese songs, and it always sounds great. Like it doesn't sound like it's out of place or something like that. Like it should be there.
I like that they don't do like the intro all over again. Like that's just kind of corny.
I feel like it's too much.
Even though
I
enjoyed it when I was like smaller because I was in DR and like all these intros were in Spanish and shit. Like Saint Seiya intro is in Spanish, like Digimon, Pokemon, like Yu-Gi-Oh, Beyblade, like all of it Spanish, like Latin. So people like
Latin.
So people tell me all the time, like, and I'm like, y'all heard all these songs in Spanish. Then I came here, I heard them all in English. Then I went in the internet, heard them all in Japanese. So I'm like, I got it all. Like I know what I'm talking about when it comes to at least those specific ones, So I was like, I'm glad that doesn't happen no more though, because the translations of the songs are not the same. Because since I understand English and Spanish, you're not saying the same thing in both songs.
No, usually
I know this. Like I understand both these songs, and you're not telling me the same story in both these songs. And that shit just gets it all confusing. Like, let's see somebody that knows all three languages, right? He gonna be like, "What the fuck going on here?" I'm all confused now. But when I was saying that that we can't only talk about the intros and outros, just because the other music also intrigues, like puts you inside that anime when it comes to like getting the feelings and getting angry because of something, getting all that shit. Like every single sound that comes out of that anime or show or whatever just gets you into a place that you will understand or you feel like you're that person or the person that's going towards that person or some shit. Like in One Piece, they do that shit all the time. In Naruto, when niggas die, that little piano comes on, that shit goes crazy, bro. Like niggas is like, damn, bro, that nigga really died, but I didn't even like this nigga. What's going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like every single time something like that happens, and one of those songs pull up, you're like, oh yeah, this one of them classic songs. You know, you're about to cry or some shit.
They had motifs like that, because those are you're thinking of a motif. They had stuff like that even in Yu Yu Hakusho. Like whenever there was like a sad moment, it was do 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 do.
And it's like the old 90s. You can't leave me, Urameshi. The old 90s. It just matched perfectly.
Yeah. Chill out.
That's a good point though, because even in Haikyuu, Like even when there's certain things going on, how the music score kicks in and it enhances the moment. The guy who does the composer who makes the music for Haikyuu is the same one who makes it for My Hero Academia, Yuki Hayashi, and he also did Shaman King as well.
Haikyuu be going crazy.
Yeah,
Haikyuu be getting you hyped, bro. You be crying when niggas just did a block, bro. This nigga
but
just blocked
but the
my
music
dude,
adds to it,
and
yo.
you're like,
Every little bit in piece, every bit in
my
piece.
nigga just blocked this nigga. Let's go.
Listen, bro. I know you said before you started watching Aoiashi. If you liked Haikyuu as much as you do, bro, I promise you, this first season of Aoiashi is gonna like not blow it out of the water, but it's definitely gonna be like, damn, Haikyuu got some competition for sure. That shit is really, really good. And the difference between those two is that, you know, Haikyuu, I don't remember the guy. Is that his name? That's not his name, right?
Hinata.
Yeah, him, Hinata. He's really good, just doesn't have skill, and he's going to a trash school. The dude Ashi, he's nice, like talented, but he has no a technique, and he's going to like one of the best schools in the country to play soccer. So just it's really good. But musical scores, yeah. So I mean, I would say like for me personally, for most of what you guys said, I agree with. And as far as like theme songs, Yu Hakusho is the best. That's all I have to say. that's all I really have to say.
I love it. I ain't gonna hold you. I will play both of them back to back in English and Japanese.
Bro, that shit is so good. Like I don't know another. And maybe again, maybe it's just nostalgia that's kicking my ass, but I don't know another theme song besides maybe like I mean I like the Yu-Gi-Oh theme song, of course, but that's just because I was a kid and I loved Yu-Gi-Oh, playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards. But I don't know another anime where or like anime intro where I'll hear it and I'm just like, damn, this shit is actual like good music. Like it's not just, and this is from someone that doesn't really listen to that much, even though I've been listening to a lot more J-pop recently. But this is from someone that doesn't really listen to it that much. That shit is just it's amazingly composed.
You know who got good intros? I think like intro 2 or 3. I think is Fire Force.
Yeah, Fire Force is on Mayday.
Bro,
Mayday was a good one.
That intro's crazy.
And that was a whole English intro too. It just fit perfectly.
That intro's crazy, bro.
I would say,
yeah, that's also on my watch list. I got a lot on my watch list right now.
I think it's hard. If you had to choose an anime that has like the best intros, I think Naruto is definitely. I think I would argue Naruto, One Piece. Bleach has some good ones, but
Bleach has better outros though.
Yes, and they have better like background music in there, like in each arc.
Bro, when they was going through Waco Mundo, whatever that shit was. Fire.
Yeah, Bleach's OST is just straight heat. You could put that shit on blast.
No, fire.
Nah, I think
that's the only fire thing about that anime anyway, but continue.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. He don't waste any chance.
No chance.
Come on, man. See, it's me.
I will say this, and I know you always kill me when I bring up Boruto, but one thing that does annoy me about
mute this nigga.
He's out of here, man. He's out of here.
Yo, oh my god.
Hey, man.
Let me get my
what is he talking about? Boruto, bro. What are you talking about? Bro, someone on Twitter. I don't want you to finish though. Someone on Twitter was like, "Oh, all the big three are on now: Bleach, One Piece, and Boruto." He said, "You'll get that Boruto shit the fuck up out of here."
Anyway, like I was saying, even though the fucking fillers are there, I always look to Boruto to see, are you going to live up to the hype of your openings to Naruto? Nope. And ever since the first one was a banger because that was Kanabun. Kanabun did one from the original Naruto. It didn't take until they got to like opening 7 for them to like hit another one, and that was the same people who did Bluebird, the one that you like, Crispin. The same group that did Bluebird did a Boruto opening, and that was actually decent. And they started like, I think they caught on like, okay, we need to stop making these ass openings. They started using the artists from the original. It's just certain artists, you hear them and you know you can automatically associate yourselves with them. I know for Jujutsu Kaisen, you have Eve. Jujutsu Kaisen's opening and closing. Bro, if you gotta YouTube, yeah, no, that shit is hard. Need to YouTube that video because you're gonna laugh your ass off. It's completely different than the ending. Because it's actually on one of my YouTube playlists. It's fucking hilarious.
Another one that has a really good intro and outro, Spy Family.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
So I think we can.
I saw those links that you guys threw in the chat.
I would argue Spy Family got the best opening and endings of the year.
What's the worst intro you guys ever seen?
Popish.
Worst intro you guys ever seen?
Worst?
The worst one that you're like, oh my god. Yeah, recent, I guess. Yeah, whatever. And you're like, Jesus Christ, how is this an intro?
Real talk. The new season 6 My Hero intro's ass to me. And I got into a whole argument.
The one that just came out.
The one that just came out. I got into a whole argument on Twitter about
My Hero does have another one that's kind of trash too.
Yeah, I was very upset, especially being a manga reader and knowing what's supposed to happen. This one, I just feel like the music did not match the theme, what it should have went for, and it got me upset. I was like, bro, like it's supposed to be war, people dying, sad as fuck, and y'all not really hitting it with this opening. Like,
what about you, John? What you got?
Honestly, I can't think of something that I was just like, no, hell no. I've had plenty of animes where like I've just will hear it once or twice and then just skip the intro so I can get to the episode. But nothing that I could think of that I was just like, yeah, no, this ain't it. Sometimes like I guess maybe I just don't think about the ones that I don't like, so I couldn't give you an example.
Yeah, I might be the same. Oh, I actually don't like Mob Psycho's intros. Not
the one where they count to 100.
Yeah, I don't. And honestly, listen, man, y'all can
it's catchy, but it's not a good one.
Attack on Titan's intros are always mid to me, except for the first one. To me.
You bug.
All right, I just gotta let you take that.
Not a fan.
You gotta just take that one.
The show is amazing. The intro, and like I said, bro, that's the type of show where as soon as it comes on, once they start the skip.
Oh no, I know one that I don't like, the Dr. Stone one.
Really? Which one?
The first one or the second one?
Oh, let's say the first. The first one is a banger.
I don't like. I don't know.
I didn't like the intro to Monster Musume.
Oh,
I'm saying it's trash.
You know what has a mid? Your John's favorite show, DxD. That intro is mid.
I saw all the seasons, so I don't know which one you're talking about.
I was only on the first season. I got to episode 11.
I don't remember the first. I haven't seen the first season in a long time.
It was mid. Oh, did you start reading that manga that I told you to start reading?
No, not yet. I will, but I haven't gotten to it yet.
For those who don't know, the name of the manga. Yeah, the name of the manga is "Do You Like Big Girls?" And it's not like. In Japan, if you don't know, now you know. In Japan, when they mean big girls, they don't mean like voluptuous.
Obese women.
That was harsh.
I was talking about obesity in the last episode. I was getting
obesity is
hard.
Not being harsh, bro. But if you're obese, you need to go to the hospital. You need to get the shit checked out. They give you a diet so you can come down. You could be sick, but don't be obese.
The fucked up part is y'all be surprised what's clinically considered obese.
Hey man,
a lot of people's feelings would be hurt.
Listen to me, man. Of course. That is on the white man standard. We could get into that on another episode, though. But like I was saying, it's not a big girl as in like a thick woman. It's big as in 6-7 feet women, like tall.
So
tall bitch.
Can't blame white people if you choose to eat like shit.
Do you want me to go into? Look, I'll take time and tell you why.
We're not talking about obesity right now.
Why
BMI
is trash. Because it goes off of how white people are. Anyway,
we can talk about that later,
I'll hit you up tomorrow.
In the conversation of music to end the podcast, I will ask one final question, and this in regards to One Piece. I don't know if John has gotten to that point, but One Piece eventually got rid of their endings and just did an extended opening.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get your thoughts in terms of, do you prefer that? Do you not like it?
I'm cool with it.
I
normally
prefer
skip
it because when the episode finishes, it just finishes. It has the to be continued, and then that's it. Like, I don't need a preview for the next episode, so I'm glad that we don't have that.
They do previews for the next episode.
They do.
No,
They do.
At the end, after to be continued.
After the to be continued, they do previews.
I mean, I've been
probably
watching
skip it
it
right from there.
No, I've been watching it on Hulu, and I let it play to the very last second, and then it.
Maybe
goes.
Hulu.
But that's what I'm saying. Hulu probably cuts it for you.
No, it's never done that for even the other ones that had the next episode.
Is that a newer thing then? Because I know now they do it. Maybe it's a newer thing.
They used to. I don't remember.
I never
maybe they stopped for a while, but at the part that I'm at, they don't do next episode previews. It just to be continued, and then it goes, because when it had the next episode previews, I was seeing them, like it was showing it to me, and then the episode would finish. Now the episode just finishes.
Interesting.
So
I prefer that only because binging makes it so easier, bro.
Because I'm binging, I skip the intro.
I'm not mad at that either.
Because like I skip the intro and then I skip the recap. Like I know why they do the recap. Because there's so much going on sometimes that you just need to be reminded where the characters are and what's going on in that moment.
And also,
especially for people like me. Yeah, when it's week to week, it helps. But even it helps for people like me where I'm not binging 24/7. So like sometimes I may go days without watching, and then when I finally get back to it, I'm just like, yeah, that all of that shit did happen. And then I'm kind of like ready for the next episode.
Bro, all that shit is like
5, 6, sometimes 7 minutes of the episode is the intro song and the recap. And the entire episode from start to finish is 23 minutes long. So that means that really the episode is only like 15 minutes long. So it's just like, just because of that, I wish it was structured a little bit better where like we were just getting more for the time that we're given. But it is what it is. So I like the songs, like I like the music, like even like the theme song that we have now. It's like good because like it's like a refresh kind of feeling. Like this is like that post time skip adventure music that we have right now. And it works, but I'll usually only let it play if I'm trying to do something. So like if I have to like go to the kitchen and grab something to drink, I'll let the intro play. If I gotta like go use the bathroom, I'll let the intro play. By the time I'm done using the bathroom, getting a drink of water, maybe a snack, going back to where I was watching TV, the recap's not even done.
Facts.
Then I fast forward to the title screen and then I watch the rest of the episode. So sometimes I feel like it can get in the way of the anime viewing experience. And then sometimes it enhances it. I don't know. I guess just because One Piece is different, I would like to see less music and more One Piece. Maybe even a little less recap, but
the recap.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. Take us the fuck out of here, John.
That's it. We done.
Yeah, we done.
Yeah.
You're not doing no fucking One Piece.
We're not doing One Piece today because I'm gonna have a shit ton
that
of
was
One Piece
that was the
next
One
week.
Piece section.
Yeah,
you did a lot of One Piece right there.
We did. We definitely did. Plus, we got Shawny's film Red experience. Right?
True.
So that's plenty of One Piece content for the viewership. But
tickets are on sale now. Go buy them. Go watch it.
When does it come out?
Go watch the movie and talk to Shawny about it. Don't spoil me on nothing.
November
Don't
5th.
you dare talk to me about nothing that has nothing to do with Fishman Island because I'm not that far into the anime just yet. I'm only halfway there. Give me a chance. Give me a chance. I will meet y'all there. Maybe sometime this time next year. But I will meet y'all there. So So that's all the time that we have for today's episode. So if you are listening to the sound of my voice right now, you are an incredible human being. We love and appreciate you very much for listening all the way through. Don't forget to like this video if you're watching it on YouTube. Share this link with friends and family who are interested in anime and video games. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. And leave a comment down below. Let us know what you guys thought about our discussions today. How do you feel about anime music? And some of your favorite anime openings or endings that you might want to list that we didn't talk about today. And if you also went to New York City Comic Con this year and want to share some of your experiences, just like Shawny did, let us know if you guys got to see anything in particular or do anything fun for Comic Con weekend. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms, TikTok, Twitter, all the good stuff. Twitch, we will be streaming on Twitch. Mac will be streaming on Twitch. Make sure you go ahead and follow the Twitch account, so the Twitch channel, so you can see all of the streams that go up. Instagram, the whole nine. If you're listening to us on Anchor, don't forget that there is a nifty little feature that allows you to donate to the podcast, and we appreciate any and all monetary donations. It will help us improve the quality of said podcast to you, the listener.
I'm sorry that was late.
No, that's okay. and yeah, that's it. We are available anywhere and everywhere you like to listen to your podcast. So make sure you go look for The Paradise Podcast, spelled exactly the way you see it on your screen.
For those who are not watching on the screen, how is it spelled? Because there are people that listen to the podcast.
For the people that are listening, Paradise is spelled with a $sign and not an S. The S is a $sign. So if you can't find a Paradise Podcast, that is probably the reason, right, Mac? Because
yeah, it's because
cool
we like
for S's.
Yeah, no, we like money. We like money. All right, guys, it's been real.
We'll holler at you guys next time on another episode of Paradise Podcast. We outies.
My bad, my gun damaged.